Hey guys, it's your boy Easy here. It's time for another video. I'm going to be working on my 2018 Triumph Tiger 1200. This is the XRX version. I've done about 32,000 kilometers or 20,000 miles. So it's time for that big service, which involves valve clearance, cam chain timing, obviously oil change, air filter change, lubricating the steering head as well as the rear suspension linkage bearings, changing the spark plugs, etc., etc. So I'm going to be creating videos for all of these procedures. I'm going to be doing these over the next week or two. And yeah, so please hit the subscribe button on my channel so you'll be notified of the videos when they come out. They'll be coming out soon. And at the end of the video, if you like it, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and also do leave me a note in the comments as to how I can improve the videos. I'm an amateur mechanic, but I do enjoy working on my bike and as well as sharing videos of the work I do. So yeah, let's get started. So in this video, it's going to be a very simple, short one. I'm going to be showing you how to remove and install the exhaust. And the reason I'm going to do that is to lubricate the rear suspension linkage bearings. I'll have easier access if the exhaust was in there. So that's why I'm going to take out the exhaust just to get easy access to the rear suspension linkage bearings. Okay? So what tools are you going to need? Very simple. You're going to need a socket wrench. I use a 3/8 socket wrench with an extension. You're going to need a 8mm bit, hex bit. You're going to need a 10mm socket or a 10mm wrench. You're going to need either or. I'll show you in which situation you need them in a bit. And also you're going to need a 12mm wrench. In addition to that, when bolting things up together, I like to have torque wrenches. So I have a small one for inch-pounds and I have a big one for foot-pounds. So make sure you have a torque wrench as well, unless you're very comfortable doing that field. Also, to get the exhaust mate or fit with the head pipes easier, I like to use a lubricant. You can use WD-40. I use ACF50. This is pretty good. It's a lubricant, but it also provides an anti-rust coating. So kill two birds with one stone. It'll help the exhaust fit easier onto the head pipes, as well as it'll put an anti-rust coating. Okay, so let me reposition the camera and let's get started. Okay, so we're at the right side of the bike. Make sure the bike's secure and stable. So I've put it on the center stand. And let's start with loosening the clamp that holds the silencer to the head pipe. So we're gonna go underneath the bike from the right side, and you'll notice the clamp right here. This is the clamp. This is a 10mm hex. That's what you're gonna need the 10mm socket for. However, the way this is positioned, this clamp is positioned, and I can't put a socket there because I have this aftermarket skid plate. I'm not sure if the plastic skid plate will give you access to this 10mm fastener. So I don't want to remove the skid plate, so that's why I'm going to use a wrench to loosen this up. This is the clamp holding the silencer, the exhaust to the head pipe. Right, so I'm going to use a 10mm wrench, but if you have access and you can put a socket, a socket's probably easier. So let's loosen that up, and when I'm putting it back together afterwards, what I might do is I might twist or turn this clamp a little bit so this fastener is facing slightly outwards, so I can use a socket without removing the skid plate. But let me go ahead and loosen this clamp. You don't need to take it out completely, just loosen it so the silencer can detach from the head pipe. Okay, let me go ahead and do that. I'm not going to film it. It's a very simple loosening procedure. Okay, so I've sufficiently loosened this fastener, this clamp, and I didn't, as you notice it, I haven't taken it out fully. You don't need to, but it's loose enough where I can actually move this, and I can twist this around. So this is loose enough where the exhaust will be able to come out quite easy. And to make things easier, I'm gonna spray a lubricant. You can use WD-40. I'm using ACF 50 as I mentioned before. So let me just spray some so it's easier to get out and get in. Okay, all done. Okay, so now it's time to remove this this bolt, and there's a nut at the back. I don't know if I can show it to you. Let me get it from here. Yep, that nut right there. So that bolt and nut is what's holding the exhaust to the frame. So let's loosen that up. So in order to do that, you're gonna need your 12mm wrench for the nut at the back. So let me just position it, and let me show that to you as well. Yep, so my 12mm wrench fits nicely. And then moving back here, I'm gonna take my 8mm hex bit with my extension, and that will fit in nicely here. Okay, and now all you gotta do is break that loose and remove that fastener. Okay, so let me get that done. Okay, and just the exhaust is gonna start falling, so just support it. You don't want to, because you haven't removed it yet, and just pay attention to all the, what do you call it, the washers and the extra fittings that go along with this bolt and nut. Okay, so keep that aside, pay attention to it, and now all you got to do is just wiggle the exhaust, and it should be able to come. There you go. It's that easy. Okay, let me put this aside. Okay, for exhaust installation, it's pretty much the reverse procedure. It's quite easy. Connect the exhaust to the head pipe. It should go in pretty smoothly. If not, just put a little lubricant, like anti-rust lubricant, and then the bolt and the washers and the spacers and the nut, install it to the bracket and the frame. And now I'm going to torque it with my 8mm hex bit, and for the nut at the back, a 12mm wrench, and I'm going to torque it to 30 Newton meters or 22.5 foot-pounds. Okay, only thing left to do is now to torque up the clamp, which will at the head pipe and the exhaust mating area. So let me show you that. Okay, so here's the clamp for the head pipe and the exhaust. You notice this clamp was facing in a vertical orientation. So with this bolt head facing down, I twisted it so it's facing inward, and the reason I did this is so I can use a socket wrench to tighten this. Otherwise, if it was facing down, I wouldn't be able to fit a socket wrench without taking the skid plate off. So I twisted it, and now I can use a socket wrench. Let me show you that real quick. There you go. Get extension and a socket wrench, and I can torque this up. So this, you're gonna have to torque up to 10 Newton meters or 89 inch-pounds. Let me get that done. And with that, we're all done with the exhaust installation. Hope you guys liked the video. Hit the like and subscribe button, share it with your friends, and keep a lookout for my upcoming videos for my 32K service. Alright guys, take it easy until next time.